why do we put them on a pedestal? They don't deserve a pedestal. We gotta direct the attention somewhere else, and I don't know where it is yet to determine it's gonna be created.
Yeah, honestly, I think the absence needs to be felt before something new will take its place. So I think it does start with having this empty space. You know, just totally not, you know, referring to the Grammy. Stop saying things. Stop crediting things as being Grammy nominated, Grammy winning. You know what I mean? And then once that space, there's an absence. There's nothing that's providing that kind of credibility. That's when I think something emerges. You know.
Source Awards, man. The Source Awards need to come back. Something in that vein. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of TheStereoVision podcast.
What's good? How's everyone doing?
You know, we chilling, bro. Me and Spencer been listening to music, getting into some debates as usual.
Yeah, we had a little kind of heated one the other night. Last night.
You know, we're going to have to discuss some of the happenings in the music community. We know the Grammys happened last week. It was on Sunday after we recorded, so we got to give our thoughts on that. Trash per usual. Very trash, very garbaggio, but you know, that's...
We'll get into it.
They make me mad, bro. Yeah, we'll talk about some new music, though, first.
Listening to this let's talk about that, because there was two big projects that couldn't be more different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But both like equally as entertaining and interesting. And probably my favorite out of the two is the Benny album.
Yeah. I mean, Benny is always consistent. He never disappoints. Burden of Proof was one of my favorite albums at the end of last year.
Me too.
But he also, like, I don't know. I'm waiting for him to really pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got The Plugs I Met Too, produced fully by Harry Fraud.
Shout out Harry Fraud. He be working, bro.
Yeah, and he brought a different element to that album. Even though I think Griselda's always found really, really exciting beats, and Benny's always found good beats, just having the consistency of Harry Fraud, you know?
I mean, let's give a shout out to all of his album covers.
Oh, yeah.
One of the greatest movies of all time, Scarface, man. That's one of my favorites. I love all those album covers. So tough. The eyes, like...
It's a great movie, and I love that he's really embraced it as a part of the whole brand. And I think, you know what I'm saying? And it fits.
And Harry got into that with him. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like Harry really tapped into that sound. And, like, it sounded like some Dawn shit. You know what I mean? So, like, Kingpin, drug lord shit. Like, I mess with it, bro.
It's kind of that retro, I don't know, when I think of, like... you know, cocaine rap, like cocaine era, you know, it's kind of retro, it's kind of throwback, you know, we're kind of past that point. Obviously not, you know, but, you know, when it was really glorified. And so I think Harry's kind of, you know, specialty of chopping samples, you know, specialty of kind of bringing an older feel to music.
When was that
added
prime?
A lot. 80s.
Okay, give me some examples.
I'm talking about cocaine, not cocaine music.
Okay.
Talking about the drug.
I'm thinking, when is Coke Rap's prime, though?
That's a good question.
Are we in it right now? Because I would argue we might be.
I don't know, because I think Jay-Z's a coke rapper. I mean, he broke out of it, but I think at the beginning, and like, how do you get any better than that?
All right, so how many Jay-Z albums were Coke rap albums?
Definitely until the Black Album. I think the Black Album's a coke rap album.
Okay.
And then I think after that, he started to break more into like an entrepreneurial space.
Yeah.
More into like a business space. You know what I mean? Where it was still present. But I don't know. Like Drug Dealers Anonymous was like 2012. So, you know, he's still there. He was still there.
Yeah.
In that headspace.
I'm just thinking like now we got like Gibbs, Pusha.
Yeah.
All of Griselda, I guess. I kind of tied them in with that.
No, it right now has a case just because there's so much quality. You know, because you could say the projects. Well, also there could have been a lot of quality that I'm just not tapped into because I'm thinking 2004. You know, with like Clips and
Clips
that and
Pusha though. And
I know.
Pusha.
But I think Pusha was better with Clips than he is now. I think that's just a given. You don't think so?
I mean, it's different. It's very different. Cause like Clips is like just its own entity, and Pusha's like done a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he took on a whole nother persona. I feel like, or not a whole nother persona, but it's just another stage of his career. Like,
I think both Clips albums are better than any Pusha T album.
I would agree with that, but that doesn't mean that it's like it's different because Pusha's a solo album is different than like a two-person album. You know what I mean?
No, it's different, but we're talking about the prime, and that's why I'm saying 2004 over, modern Pusha T.
Performance-wise, though.
Yeah.
Not talking about the album-wise, but just Pusha's spitting performance. Pusha rapping.
Yeah.
I don't think Pusha's rapping was better back then than it is now.
I don't think it was either. I think... I think he's been at that same level for a long time, and he's been consistent.
That's kind of how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like Pusha wasn't like. I feel like Clips was just like a moment where everything was perfect. Everything came together perfectly. And of course, I don't want to make this a clip episode, but we could. We could make this a clip episode, bro. Listen to Hell Hath No Fury, y'all. For real.
Yeah. Crazy. Or listen to that shit.
And then. On the whole other opposite end of the spectrum, still out the same area, you know what I'm saying? New York State. Coda comes through. What's the name of the album?
Coda came through. Oh, something about a sunrise. Hold on, let me peep it. Because I also want to shout out the producer that produced this whole thing. I hadn't heard of him before.
Okay.
To Kill a Sunrise, fully executively produced by Satiq Salikta.
Okay. I mess with you, Coda. Hey, shout out to you, man. If you watching this, you killing the game, bro. If you follow that man on Twitter, right? He's really like a positive guy. Obviously, I feel like I've mentioned that before. But one really big thing that I've been taking away recently is he sounds like kind of hungry. He's like, I've been out rapping a lot of niggas for a while.
Yep.
And they're really not talking about it. You know what I mean? And that's real because I think he's the type of guy that obviously we see him as a really positive rapper. You know what I mean? Happy, like blah, blah, blah. And I feel like he really just doesn't get considered in the same space, you know what I mean? And I kind of want to get into that because, like, how do you get in the best rapper conversation, you know what I mean? Like, that's really tough. Like, you know, like, for someone like Coda, like, what does he do to, like, break into a space where he's taken more seriously?
That's a really good question. I think he's doing it right now.
Okay.
I think he's doing it right now as he improves. I think Coda's music has always been really good. I've always really liked it. There were aspects of it in the past where I could have said that was a little bit corny. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think he's evolving from that. I think when I was listening to this album, like the only thing that I could really think about is I really think 2021 is going to be like a Larry June 2020 for Coda. I think that's really the only accurate musical comparison because they both have such a wholesome and also just like outlined message. Okay. Both of their fan bases are people that fully embody this message and listen to the whole spread of music. You know, who has like just a couple Larry June songs or a couple Coda the Friend songs? Most people that listen to it, I feel like listen to all of it.
I'm on the same page as you and I agree the potential's there. The only thing that I would argue is Larry June's musical transition. I think we both know it a little bit now. He was like really in that trap rap stuff, you know what I mean? And then kind of gradually over the years made the switch. You know what I mean? To be in a more positive, like his message kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah.
He tweaked it a little bit.
Yeah.
Coda is going from the opposite end of the spectrum. I think he's trying to get taken a little more seriously, you know? And I hear that on this album a lot. You know what I mean? He sounds a little more hungry. He's like, oh, like, I think his bars were a little more aggressive. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think even the beats themselves, while they weren't hard-hitting trap, nothing like that, they weren't like the same like bubbly beats. I wouldn't describe it as nothing like that.
I agree. They're just on different ends trying to find this medium. And that's why I think after this year, they're going to be like, it's going to be obvious that they're the only comparisons because I think Coda is about to drop prolifically this year. He's already dropped 2 projects, Q1 of 2021. I think he's going to drop 5-6 projects this year. I think he's taking note and realizing that his niche is delivering this product to this group of people that loves it. You know, that clearly loves it, loves the message, loves everything about it.
So I think he dropped this year.
Huh?
He dropped
Lyrics to Go Volume 2.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then this one.
And this one.
Yeah.
That is too. Okay.
I think he's about to drop like crazy and he didn't even promo this. Nobody knew this was really coming.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't. Yeah.
And he could get off 4 or 5.
I think so.
I think he could get that off for sure, bro, because he can rap.
Yeah.
He raps his ass off, bro. I think his frustration is just very valid, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to speak for the man because I don't know if he's frustrated necessarily, but I think that, you know, you should want to be the best. Yeah. And I like that for people, and I like people in that age group. Like, let me look at how old he is, bro. Because I feel like when you're moving into that space, when you're like early 30s, you know what I mean? Like, and you're like really like starting to find your bag. Once you get your sound, then it's all about perfecting your sound. I feel like a lot. Yeah. And I feel like Coda found his sound over the last couple of years. Like, you know, it started off with what tape was Alkaline on, bro? Church.
Photo.
Yeah. That was our freshman year. Yeah, 2018. Yeah. Photo, I think that was him really putting out an album that established his sound. And then I think ever since then, he's just been like perfecting it. You know what I mean? Getting better at it every single year. He's 28, yeah.
28.
Priming. He's priming.
He's priming.
Sure. I mess with that. It's
yeah.
Like, I think sports and hoop are so synonymous, man.
So, yeah. No, they really are.
It, bro.
They really fucking are. And I'm excited for that kind of a year from Coda because he is someone that I can digest a large amount of music from quickly. You know what I mean? I could just run tapes. You know, I think his sound fits that technique and that style better.
And it's like, it's definitely like, it's catchy too. You can listen to a lot to get stuck in your head, bro.
So, did you have something? You have something else about Coda?
Nah.
Something else I wanted to talk about was just while we're talking about, you know, guys releasing a lot of new music. Someone that's currently doing that is Drakeo the Ruler. Yeah. Currently doing that is Drakeo the Ruler. He took to Twitter, though. He took to Twitter and said a whole bunch of shit this week. 5 days ago, went on a whole rant. I'm going to read the inciting tweet. He said, "I am the best rapper alive to ever come out of California, and it's not up for debate. Fuck whoever feels some type of way. Fuck whoever feels some type of way." And then he talks about how he has hundreds of people trying to rap like him. I don't care who you bring up, OG rapper, new school rapper. You can't name one rapper that's more influential than me in California. Name someone that has more people imitate them. I'll wait. He's in all caps. You already know. You know, like he's screaming at us, "I am the best." And I wanted to obviously get your take on it. I think we both have a similar take.
I mean, energy. Energy, right? I think we've both seen each other in somewhat competitive settings.
Yeah.
So you have to. Is he? No, he's not. Like he's not. But you have to say that. You have to, low key. And I think he's smart. I think he's a lot smarter than we realized. And Spencer's been trying to put me on since freshman year. I'm not going to lie to y'all.
Free the Ruler.
Spencer's been on the way for a minute, right?
Yeah.
And so the more I learn about him, the more respect I have for what he's doing because I feel like he's really good at marketing himself. You know what I mean? And so when he's doing things like this, it's drawing attention to him. And it's right after the Drake thing. And it's right, he just dropped an album with the song, you know what I mean? And he brought it up. He's why I'm saying all this stuff, and like y'all may doubt me, y'all may not agree, but that's why I'm the nigga with the Drake song.
He literally tweeted that, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I mess with that. That's because that's facts.
And like, I totally agree that it's confidence, it's headspace, it's mentality. I think there is little bit more validity and claim to the influence that he spoke to than people probably give him when they read these tweets. Okay. Because I do see him as a very influential LA rapper, better than, you know, like more than like just his music, like just his influence. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no Blue Bucks without Drakeo. You know what I'm saying? The whole underground shit right now, I feel like, is really influenced by just the way his delivery and his lingo.
He's LA to the core. Like he is the epitome of LA sound to me, at least as an outsider. Like very recognizable, and I can see the influence because he came out around 2017, right?
He was been making music since a little earlier.
But is that when he was like bubbling? You know what I mean?
That was Cold Devil 2. That was when that was probably when he was bubbling.
Cause I feel like that's kind of when these other dudes started to pop up after that.
Oh, he definitely started it. He definitely started everything that we He
has, and if he's not blowing up, he's probably not blowing up the same way Blue Bucks is.
Yeah.
So I feel it, you know what I mean? Because we see what they're doing.
Not blowing up the same way Blueface did.
Yeah. So, I mean.
It's the same thing.
There is a lot of validity to his anger, and he got a Drake song off, which is cool. So now I feel like he's like, okay, I got this song, but y'all better get some more on it because I saw people hating on the song.
Yeah, I did too. I did
not hear people hating on the song necessarily. I heard people hating on Drakeo's verse.
Yeah. Well, it's an acquired taste, bro.
But it's not. It is. Not an acquired taste.
I think it is.
It's not an acquired taste.
I've showed hundreds of people Drakeo. He was one of my favorite artists in 2018.
You're going to understand a lot about why we're saying these things later because it's definitely not an acquired taste, and I think that's why you have your opinion.
Because I believe that music is wholly subjective, and you don't.
Music is 100% subjective. I 100% agree with that. But I also think that there's some things that they're not necessarily acquired taste. They're good. People just need to give them a chance. Yeah. People don't like what they don't understand. Yeah. And I think that rather than catering to like the easy stuff and just putting that out and saying, oh, like, I get it if you don't like this. No, music is supposed to be something that grows with you. You know what I mean? Let's play it. You know what I mean? And if someone like Drake is co-signing him, it's something there.
Definitely.
There's something there.
No, there's definitely something there. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with any of that. I don't disagree with any of that. There's definitely something there. But obviously, I think we both think that he's not the most influential.
At all.
He's very influential.
Of course not.
So who do you think is the most influential rapper from Southern California?
Ice Cube, probably.
You were in the same headspace as me, because
like Ice Cube.
I mean, my default answer is Dr. Dre, not because of, but that's not because of his rapping.
It is Dre. Yeah,
but right. Because of the sound that he created, because of the production.
It's definitely Dre.
Because he created, that SoCal bounce, that swag. I really think he did. But also, Drakeo wasn't claiming to be the most influential artist. He said rapper. So that kind of made me rethink it,
So then probably Ice Cube.
Cube, I think Nip plays. Honestly,
I don't think he.
Don't you hear him in Blast? I hear so much Nipsey in Blast.
I hear where Nip got influenced.
What, Snoop?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And where Snoop get it from? Dre.
Snoop has a Snoop
plays.
Snoop could go, yeah.
For a little bit.
Even though I don't bump old Snoop besides Doggy Style, honestly, or much, but like it is the first of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Snoop is interesting because I feel like he's in that Tupac realm where they're icons more so than rappers at this point. Like, they're great. And I love Tupac. Tupac kills the rap game. Don't get it twisted with that. But their icon almost exceeds what they did as rappers. You know what I mean? Because Tupac had the acting. Snoop has the acting. Snoop's in commercials everywhere. He's on TV everywhere. He's in movies everywhere. Yeah. People call him Uncle Snoop because they play football with him. Vince Staples knows him. You know what I mean? Like it's that type of thing. He's like an LA icon.
Yeah, and I will say also, like, to the Tupac point, as I love Tupac's music, and like he's one of my favorite artists ever, and I think I prefer his music 10 times to anything Snoop has, But I think Snoop might be more influential. I think you can draw more straight lines, point at more concrete things, to say that he's more influential in music. I'm sorry, as a rapper, in vocal rapping. You know what I'm saying? To the SoCal sound.
You're right. You're right. I think, who is influenced by Tupac? Who could you draw as a comparison to Tupac?
See, I struggle to.
I agree.
I'm sure there's people out there, and I'm sure, but I struggle to.
I think it's more so people take influence from Tupac in terms of messaging.
I agree. Yeah.
And like how he said it. Aggression. Directness. More so than like
passion.
Sound. Yeah.
Passion in hip hop.
Yeah.
I don't think that existed before Tupac. Passion, true passion.
All right.
Not I'm gonna spit a rap, but true.
Come on now.
Who then? Who? What album? What album?
Bro. Come on.
What album?
Bro.
What album?
Thinking of,
what artist?
They had the Supreme collab, bro. Oh my god, bro. Give me 2 seconds. You talk for a second. Let me look this up, bro. Give me a second.
I just think nobody's. I think that is what makes him the greatest. Or a GOAT is that nobody has ever been able
Public
to.
Enemy.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's a lot of passion in that, and that's 92.
Like,
that's like 92.
Yeah,
bro. No, you're right.
And like even like people like Big Daddy Kane, like all of them. Like
I don't see. Yeah, I wouldn't say they. Yeah, I think Public Enemy is a great disprover of my argument.
I think because when you say true passion, I think about how hip hop is basically people telling the story of where they're from and what made them. And I think that's a lot of what hip hop became. It's poetry. Telling your story. That's passion.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, I think like obviously I think you're talking about. I think when we think of rudimentary raps, and this is no hate on influence. I respect influence. I always think like Run DMC. That's like I'm a spit a rap to spit a rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like even like
LL Cool J.
Yeah,
that's where I go.
LL Cool J, Eric B. and Rakim. But people, you know what people say though?
Huh?
And it's wild because apparently LL was big. And I'm gonna sound so new school, bro. Y'all,
we didn't live it. We didn't live that.
But like people say, LL was like kind of like Drake, bro, to an extent. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that means he was big time, bro. That's pretty crazy to think about, So there's merit to all the types of music. You know what I mean? And I think we can't define. It's hard to define passion.
Yeah.
I guess, but I try to do it too. I don't know.
I want to reel that statement back because I was sitting here and I'm like, damn, I don't really listen to much music before Tupac. I don't really listen to much hip hop before Tupac, so they probably can't make that claim. But no, I think I think it's Dre if it's an artist, and we're talking hip hop. If not, delivery. I like Cube.
Yeah.
I like Snoop. Anyone new?
Influence like Kendrick. Because he has someone like Keem.
Yeah, that's like the only thing that I can think. Like I don't see a lot of people rapping like Kendrick, you know, or trying to. Some people do, I guess.
It's kind of all I got right now.
Yeah, me too.
It's really like new. Like I'm thinking like early. I mean, he could play.
Tyler, I knew you were gonna say that as soon.
Tyler the Creator could play. Tyler the Creator could definitely play. Oh,
but it's Tyler the he is.
Because he's inspired genres. He inspired like Rex Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Rex Orange County without Tyler the Creator.
No, he made a whole universe. He has a whole sound. No, I agree.
Oh, come on now, GOAT.
Then we're breaking out of hip hop, but that's fine.
That's fine.
But like,
that is fine.
Yeah, because Draco didn't. Well, he did say rapper.
Okay,
Tyler's a rapper. That's what I was gonna pose. I was gonna say it's Tyler rapper.
Goatee.
Tyler is a rapper.
Goatee, that's crazy.
No, Tyler definitely is up there too.
That's a good one. I'm mad at myself for not thinking of that.
Yeah.
Earl Sweatshirt too. Shoot.
No. Influence. There's a lot, but it's not.
Oh, I remember.
It's not
I'll
Tyler.
Just mention this real quick, and I'll just leave this statement right here. Earl Sweatshirt might have has the best flow ever, maybe like top 3 flow of all time. Like top 3 flow of all time.
You were saying that. You were saying that the other day. I don't think so. I think it's
MF,
really good. I think it's top 10.
It's him, MF Doom, and Biggie in no particular order.
I mean, I really think they are definitely.
That's a crazy top 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Take that.
I think Biggie probably has the best flow of all time. That's an argument we had last week. But
my order, in a particular order, if I had to do it, would go MF Doom, Biggie, Earl.
Yeah.
If I'm being agreeable.
Yeah, if I'm being agreeable. No Thug?
Thug's probably in the top 5. Thug's probably 4.
That's got to be a conversation for another day.
Wow. We have to have that conversation. Wow, that's a...
Best flows will be fun.
Watch that next week. But yeah, we'll talk about something relevant, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck the Grammys.
Yeah, fuck the Grammys.
Trash.
Fuck
terrible.
The Grammys. COVID Grammys were more entertaining than I expected.
Of course, bro. I mean, if we're talking about entertainment, live performances, everyone killed it. Mm-hmm. Everyone killed it, bro.
Should we start there?
Yeah.
Start just with a little bit of like the actual art, that the Grammys takes away a lot from. But like just the performances are definitely without a doubt the best part of the Grammys every year.
What was your favorite?
My favorite? My favorite was the Silk Sonic Lil Richard tribute. Yeah. Favorite was that one just because, we were watching it last night again and just watching Bruno
kill it.
You said it when you said he was born to be on stage and do nothing else,
Bro, like it's energy. Mm-hmm. Little man excited, man. He's excited to be out there, bro. Like he's having fun, bro. Yeah. He's out there and like I mentioned that he's little, bro, but like when he be out there, it feels like he's 7 feet tall.
Swear to God. No
cap. Like he commands the stage. Mm-hmm. He run. And Anderson was just effortless.
I could watch Anderson play the drums for an hour because you can tell how happy it makes him.
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean? You can tell how happy it makes him, and that makes me happy.
It was the best performances were Silk Sonic.
Okay, well I said my favorite.
Yeah.
Best performance. It's hard to not say Lil Baby. It's hard to not say Lil Baby with the whole ass set. Bringing out Killer Mike for a feature verse on the Bigger Picture that I would kill to have a studio version of. Kill.
Shout out Baby. That's how you know Baby listen to real music though. Because when you're bringing out Killer Mike, bro, he's from Georgia, bro. Like that's real.
Real as fuck.
That's really real, bro.
That is without a doubt the best living person he could have brought out to do that.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Better than Kendrick. Better than I think nobody more than Killer Mike.
I'm gonna say.
What?
Get creative. Think about it. Don't let me say it first. You can get there before
that Baby brings out? Yeah. Anyone Alive?
Yeah.
3 Stacks?
Yep.
Okay.
I was there.
I think Killer Mike makes so much more sense though.
Yeah, it does.
3 Stack lives in a different planet. He doesn't know about these earthly issues.
You're right. You're 100% right.
No,
Killer Mike was the best. Killer Mike was 100% the best.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That performance was crazy.
I think that was the most impactful performance. I think Baby's was easily the most impactful performance, and I think the most memorable Silk Sonic, and I think
the most memorable was Megan and Cardi. The most memorable.
Oh, you're tripping.
I will never forget what I saw. I will never forget that.
Bro, you're telling me, first of all, that double spin, Anderson to Bruno in the transition from his first verse to the chorus, iconic. Yeah. The fact that if you watch it back, because it's posted to Bruno's YouTube, it's literally a music video. Mm-hmm. It's actually a music video. It sounded better than the studio version, bro. Mm-hmm. That transported people back in time. That was a throwback to what music like really used to be, bro. All Gucci down.
Yeah.
In the suits.
It was
bro.
My favorite performance.
Nah, you said the Little Richard one was.
Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. I lump them together.
That's what I was saying. Bro, the most memorable, I think, because that is replay value.
Yeah.
I mentioned the music video aspect because I've watched that a ton of times just like it's a regular music video. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just replaying it over and over again because I already love the song, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, that Megan and Cardi's performance was killer. Mm-hmm. Killer. Like, WAP, obviously, song is like, I want to be, like, that's one of the biggest songs, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It wasn't better than the music video.
Probably not.
People aren't gonna watch that over the music video.
I don't know, dude.
So it was a moment.
Yeah, it was a moment, and that is moments are more memorable than sometimes the best pieces of art.
But Bruno's wasn't. Bruno and Anderson's was a moment too.
It was. I don't think it was as impactful of a moment for me personally. It was. Anderson's one of the top 5 musicians of all time for me.
But that's what.
But for everyone, just for the. At its core, what happened when Megan and Cardi did that shit? When Cardi came out, like, I don't listen to Cardi B, but I was like, this is undeniably one of the biggest icons, one of the biggest sex figures of our sex symbols. I'm sorry, not sex figures, sex symbols of our generation. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's impactful and that's powerful, and I love to see it.
Of course, I'm not saying it's okay. Right. This is it. Did either of them do something that was unexpected?
Yeah, I mean,
I think we could have expected both things.
Okay, but the fact that we could expect it was crazy already. But the fact that we could expect nationally televised to see what we saw, it speaks to the magnitude of the moment of the song and what Megan Thee Stallion did.
Did you not expect? Were you not expecting that?
No, I wasn't. I'm just saying the fact that we were is crazy because what happened was crazy.
But so I'm saying we expected Anderson and Bruno to do what they did. We expected Megan and Cardi to do what they did, right? Mm-hmm. So then at that point, I'm saying who did it better that's going to be watched over and over again and remembered? And
by you or by everyone?
By everybody.
Megan and Cardi.
Which song? How big is Leave the Door Open right now? Where is it?
Number 1. It's big.
It's number 1. And it's cool.
I was loving every second of watching that.
It was it was a great performance. I don't want to sound like I'm hating, even though like I definitely do sound like I'm hating, but I'm not. Because I don't want me big upping one to be belittling another, right?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to do the same thing.
I think they were both 10 out of 10 great performances, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that the perfection. Mm-hmm. That is why I want to big up Silk Sonic. And that's what I think is why I am so impressed with it. Mm-hmm. And why I think that it will be remembered longer. I think Megan and Cardi are excellent and they perform, but I think they will do performances like this and have been doing performances like this for their entire careers. They're great. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. I think that's the epitome of them. Mm-hmm. We've never seen Anderson .Paak at this level. Is it Paak or Paak? I always say it wrong always. Paak, okay. Never seen Anderson .Paak at this level, right? Never seen him get his talent displayed on this high of a stage. We know Bruno Mars is that good, but this is him in his element. Mm-hmm. And their shit was so rehearsed and so done to the T. Mm-hmm. There was not a single... It was better than anyone could have imagined. I think, literally. Like, there was no mistakes. It was like a music video. It was perfection. They could have had a backing track and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounded better than the studio version.
And like I don't think... When was the last time we've seen something like that?
Yeah, it's been a while.
To that level of
it was
choreography.
Fantastic. It was fantastic.
That was perfection.
It was fantastic.
I don't think they could have done.
It was my favorite performance. I just don't think it. I don't know if it'll be the most memorable. I'm trying to separate what I will remember with what I think was a historic moment and people will remember.
You think it was like more historic than like? There's been other Grammy performances like that. Like what is that going to be historic for?
That is just like feminine sexuality at the forefront, just like never before, you know, empowering.
And if that's never been done before, then I agree.
Yeah,
but I feel like there's been performances that have done that.
Yeah, and there have been killer live performances that there was no backing track and sounded great.
But not with that level. When was the last time we've seen it with that level of choreography and dancing?
I don't have a performance on the top of my head, but
because I can't remember one. Even like, because I think of when we look at all the best Grammy performances, right? Like I think like Kendrick or like Beyonce had a really good one a couple years ago. I can't remember, right? They're really good, but it's not like I would never listen to them over the studio version. I would never watch them as a music video. I watch them as a performance.
Okay,
They're awesome performances.
Yeah.
This was, I've never seen something so crisp. It was just so, it was perfect. It was literally, they were just so on point.
Okay, I think we're like agreeing and just getting hung up on like verbiage.
Yeah.
So we can move on. But like, I think Doja Cat put on an amazing performance. That was one of my favorite ones of the night.
Her outfit was crazy.
Insane. Roddy, I was so excited when he started playing a song I had never heard before. Yeah. So excited, and I'm thankful that they dropped that on streaming too.
I mean, I love what he said after too.
Yeah.
I love what he said after, man.
Yeah.
Because he's really just, I think he's about the music, you know. And I'm like, I don't think he has any malice towards the Grammys, you know. I don't think he's really
As he should, though. You know, like, the fact that he didn't win one after being the biggest artist in the genre all year.
He should have, but it just doesn't mean anything to him.
You're right. And
it doesn't mean anything to him.
And it shouldn't mean anything to anyone.
And that's how we're going to move away from the Grammys. More people taking a cue from him. I think it's our problem because we get mad for him. You know what I mean? We probably shouldn't if he doesn't care, but we know he got robbed. We know he got robbed.
Yeah.
But it was encouraging to hear what he said. It was, well, he was saying some crazy stuff about old people in the industry, though. Older people in the industry, you know?
Yeah, I saw a couple quotes, but I didn't see the extent of what he said.
He was just talking about like, older rappers hating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hating on success, you know, not really wishing you well. Like, kind of like you see these people that you grew up really thinking were like one way and they really not like that, you know what I mean? And I was like, dang, like he really was like talking about it for a minute, like stayed on the subject of it. And I'm like, who's he talking about?
Yeah, is he subtweeting someone big time?
I don't know.
I gotta check that out. I gotta watch that.
I
gotta watch that clip. Yeah. Roddy should have won something. I mean, I like that a lot of the ones that he didn't win were losses to Megan, who had a great night, you know. But still, he should have beat her at least once. Like he was him. Those were the two biggest artists of last year, and I don't think you can say. I mean, I think Roddy was bigger. I don't think one has a clear victory though. You know, I think though it was those two.
I think Roddy was around the same. Oh, because when did
That's loud as hell. Sorry, Ella. Can't talk right now.
When did Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial drop?
End of 2020, December 21st, 2020.
December 2020.
I'm sorry, 2019.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I think that Megan probably had a bigger year with like the TikTok stuff. And that's why I'm not mad at like all of her like dubs. Roddy's just the box. The box just had to win.
Yeah, the box had to win.
Had to win.
Like people forget how huge that was, and like the race for number one, all the tweets, fucking with Ariana Grande, the whole moment. Yeah, it was amazing.
Roddy definitely should have won for that. But Megan, shouts out to her because she cleaned up at the Grammys. And her performances, I know we talk about it, but she killed it, bro. She did her thing for real, for real. It was her night, honestly.
Yeah, I think it felt that way. It felt that way.
Definitely for sure. And
Beyonce shared a little bit in that. Yeah, she definitely, and it was cool that she broke the record with. Well, no, she tied the record on the record that she won with Megan when she won for the Savage remix. So it was like they shared the moment. Yeah, and then she broke it for most. Yeah.
Let's go. That's tough. Beyonce's Beyonce.
But also, we can't say what we just said and still say good for Beyonce. We have to say cool doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
You know? That's got to be the energy. We can't flip flop. You know, we can't.
You're right.
You know.
You're right.
Because honestly, it really is a problem the way that can control a narrative. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. We were just talking a lot about it before the pod. You know.
You look at. I mean, because you look at some of the winners. Why did Taylor Swift win? And I get it. And you bring up a good point with me always when I mention things like that, because obviously we're not in those spaces, you know what I mean? We don't see all these people that are probably slapping Taylor Swift albums, you know? But then when you look at like just the nominations, nominations were off. We got to talk about, Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs had the best response to this. You know,
that was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I may have lost tonight, but I'm undefeated in court. You know what I mean? And that's energy. You know, and
he didn't give a fuck.
Him and Roddy have the right energy about it, and you're 100% right. And we can't be upset for people or big up people too much. We got to put everything in perspective. You know what I mean? Because the Grammys, they don't define the best music. They don't have the best music. They don't know the best music, and they're definitely not listening to the best music. So why are we talking to them about music? Why do we put them on a pedestal? They don't deserve a pedestal. We got to direct the attention somewhere else, and I don't know where it is yet. To be determined. It's going to be created, but you know.
Yeah, honestly, I think the absence needs to be felt before something new will take its place. I think it does start with having this empty space. You know, just totally not, you know, referring to the Grammy, stop crediting things as being Grammy nominated, Grammy winning, you know what I mean? And then once that space, there's an absence, there's nothing that's providing that kind of credibility, that's when I think something emerges.
The Source Awards, man, the Source Awards need to come back, something in that vein. That was just something where it's like, I feel like you need your peers at a certain point for the artists. I feel like artists want to get congratulations from their peers. And then maybe the fans, you know what I mean? Because I get it. I feel like it means more when the people around you really be like, oh, this is the best. You know, the people that are also creating, the people that are in these rooms with you, like, respect the way you move. I think that means more to these artists. And I think that's why they get more offended when they didn't, though. That's why it's dangerous.
Yeah. And it's like people that'll say, like, whose opinion is better? You know what I mean? Why would artists have more of a say to say what's good music than, you know, fans? I just don't think that's right, because if you spend your life doing something, you know, you're gonna have that extra perspective, and you're gonna you would have seen both sides of the world, you know. And I think it means a lot more to when people that devote their whole life to it, you know, judge it. So I agree, it should be peer led. It should probably be peer voted on. You know, it should probably be voted on by the pool of nominees. And then except that would get really political. That would get really
exactly.
Political.
That's what I'm saying. I think people might be scared because they might step on a lot more toes.
Yeah, that probably. Yeah.
But then we gotta talk. I don't know how we almost missed it because we talked about it before the pod. Her cleaned up. Didn't feel like it though.
With Song of the Year, right?
Yeah. You know why no one talks about it?
Huh?
She's an industry plant.
Yeah, she is.
And it's wild.
She is.
And it's gross. Okay,
I don't think it's that gross.
Cause bro, I like her music. You know, I used to say I love her music, and I like her music honestly at this point. She's cool. You know what I mean? She's very talented, and at this point, her rebrand's gone very well. But she should not be winning all these Grammys over other people. She didn't have a better year, better album, didn't make better songs than Janae did. No,
but the Grammy she won was Song of the Year. So you can't even talk about the year. You just got to talk about the song.
She won the Song of the Year for a song that I don't think was better than, like, it wasn't even better than Lockdown. And Lockdown won, but, like, Lockdown should have been in that category.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I think with the nominees that were there, which I don't think were right, but I think it plays. I think it's
that's
up there.
Industry Plant 101.
I think it was a really, really good song. I think her makes really genuine, powerful music. And so that's why she is an industry plant. She is an industry plant because they found her early, you know. Industry people found her early, realized how amazing of a talent she was and how much, you know, artistic inspiration she had, and combed her, you know. And we saw it with the first career failure, and then the complete rebound.
She had more opportunity than people who are making real music and wouldn't fail the first time because they're true to their brand. They don't have someone creating a brand for them. They create that brand for themselves. They have natural artist development. That's what it is. You can't have someone create an image for you. That image is developed from you living life year to year.
Yeah.
And then I notice it because it's interesting you say that she wins over all the nominees in the section. I think that's the epitome of the industry plan because I think we don't know who the Academy is. What if the Academy's picking the nominees and they're like, oh, we want her to win. Her's got to win a Grammy. Let's put her around people where it's like, okay, I'm not going to be mad if she beats everyone else. You know what I mean? I feel like it goes that deep. I feel like there's that many levels to this shit because the Grammys is just the epitome of the industry.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with most of that besides where you have a fundamental problem with industry plant and with someone because an image can't just come from you living life. People need a team. People need help. Nobody can do this on their own. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being discovered by someone that has some game, knows how to maneuver the industry, and having them help you. It's the same thing as signing a manager. It's just you found a really powerful manager that fucks with you at a really young age. You know what I'm saying?
The image isn't the same as the brand. You know what I mean? I feel like...
How's it different?
The image is you. That's what you like. That's what
you are the brand.
Put out to the world. But that comes from you. That's what you like. I feel like the brand just accentuates that. It finds a way to monetize that. It finds a way to spread that to other people so they can get behind it. You know what I mean? It makes it something other people can get behind, and the image is what people see from you. It's what you are. And you know what's crazy about her? What's her image now? You can't see her face. You don't know what she is because she's just a generic R&B artist at this point. That was her rebrand. A generic R&B artist with a strong voice. How you gonna have a whole image rebrand and you can't even see her face? I don't know. Like, the more I look at it, the more industry planish it looks, and it's just crazy to think about.
Yeah, and okay, and then I will follow that with, as I don't think there's a problem with industry plants inherently with the nature of the term, but I do think there's a massive problem with industry plants in the industry today, and that's because the problem stems from the people that are picking these industry plants and the people that are being selected, the people that are being combed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the problem lies. Because if we had people in the industry that had connections, knew people that could produce great records, and they went out and found the people that were the most talented, deserving, authentically them, that they didn't even need to work that hard on a brand image or an image for because they are living proof of that image, then there is no problem with being an industry plant, right? Because all that means really is that you were found early and set up for success. If you have the tools, can you...
I don't think that's what an industry plan means to me.
What does it mean to you?
I think an industry plan is you see talent, you see raw talent that anyone could have, but you just happen to see them because they were put in a space. You know what I mean? You find them at a talent agency or something like that. You find the kid who auditioned for a kid's TV show early on, a child star. I compare an industry plant to like a child Disney star who stays in like the Disney like realm for all the movies start when they were doing the Barney shit, like a Demi Lovato. You know what I mean? Those kids who are in those spaces because mommy, daddy has money, they put them in these places, you know what I mean? And then from there they grow, They've just been in the industry since they were a kid. That's all they were ever going to do. Where other people have to grow and cultivate and live and struggle and have just as much talent and just as not, if not more, love for it. Because that love was developed. It wasn't put upon them when they were a kid and they could even determine if they liked it or not. And like some of these people may have talent, but they were just put into it. You know what I mean? These other people had to cultivate that love, search for it, grow with it, and then they just don't get the opportunities. Doors are shut in their face all the time. And it takes them forever to blow up. A lot of them, Jid blew up when he was 28, 27.
No, and I think that isn't a unfair representation of industry plant. That's probably more closely aligned with, I feel like, how it's generally talked about. And in that case, there is something inherently wrong with it. But I just don't think that's not just how I've been viewing it. You know what I mean?
And because I think there's it's hard to say that because her makes good music.
I really like her music.
I think that's I think that's what makes it hard. And I think if we were Post Malone fans, maybe we'd defend him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we were, you're a Billie Eilish fan.
Kid Leroy. Billie Eilish is not an industry plant. I don't think. Maybe she. I have no problem with Billie. We talked about this for an hour last night. She blew up because she had an insane voice in the Ocean Eyes video. Everyone that saw that knew they instantly needed to learn everything about that girl. I had that reaction when I saw that. I said, holy shit. I got to listen to everything she's done and learn everything I can about this young girl that can sing beautifully. So I can only imagine what it did to people that music was for.
And you hit it on the head because we kind of talked about it. She's like one of the biggest pop stars right now. And we're like, who determines popular music? And I think she's the epitome of popular music because I think her brand, which is more her than, you know what I mean? While I might still think because she's not full industry plant, you know what I mean? And I like her personality and I like what she's about and what she represents a lot. You know what I mean? I think she's dripped out, you know what I mean? I think she represents self-confidence, you know what I mean? And like yourself and your abilities more so like, you could be a woman and like, I like what she does for like women, I feel like is really, really important. And I love the way that she inspires a lot of young girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't have to show a bunch of skin to have to have one of the best looks. And you know what I mean? In music.
Of course, 100%. But more so in that, validate your emotions. You know what I mean? And like that is a thing. You know what I mean? Because she talks about it. You know what I mean? And while that's true, I don't think that she's necessarily a representation of everyone that age. I think she's a representation of the kids that can afford to buy streaming services and are on Instagram all day and can buy her merch. And you know what I mean? Put money in her pockets.
Yeah.
Because I think she's telling that story.
Yeah.
That struggle.
So yeah, no, I totally agree. And that's where when you say who determines popular music, I'd say it's not a who, it's a what. Yeah. It's money. It's money. We live in capitalism. It's money. Money determines popular music. Whatever is generating revenue, whatever is making the most money across the board in sales, streams, views, just image as a whole, celebrity status. You know what I mean? Money determines popular music. And that's why Billie Eilish is as big as she is, you know, and the most popular and winning Grammys in years when she didn't even really, I don't even know if she dropped anything this year, but she won Record of the Year. And she's doing it because, like you said, she appeals so strongly to this demographic that is mostly white, like suburban, affluent kids with money. You know what I'm saying? That can buy the merch. They can buy. No.
So do we accept it? Or do we call out the issue? Because if she's even saying I didn't deserve it, she said I don't deserve it.
Yeah, we absolutely call out the issue. But we don't do that by saying Billie Eilish is trash, because I still like Billie Eilish's music.
And that's about, I was definitely hating when I was saying that. I was more so mad at the fact. I think I do get mad at the issue. Because it's just like, how does this exist for so many years? How do we get so far away from what makes music incredible? And why can't we appreciate people, give them their flowers when they're supposed to get their flowers? Don't just default give it to the person who it's easy to give to. Just because Billie Eilish just dropped the record that everyone was listening to doesn't mean she needs a Grammy. The Grammy should be a determination of the best art. You know what I mean?
That's why they just need to be replaced.
It shouldn't be a popularity contest. It should never be.
It shouldn't be a money contest.
Wow. Okay, no. So then, are we misinterpreting the Grammys as a whole? And is that why we get so mad?
Yeah, because it's a business.
It's part of the industry. No.
Yeah, we are.
No, because if it is a popularity contest, the box still should have won. To me, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's a popularity contest. I think it's a business. I think it's driven by money. Everything in the industry is driven by money. You're right. You know?
You're 100% right. It's money. It's a money grab.
Yeah.
It's a money grab. But I would think that if they appealed to more people, then they'd make more money, because I wouldn't hate the Grammys if they just gave the box the Grammy.
But listen, they appeal to more people than if they would give the box the Grammy. Think about who won. Think about Taylor Swift. Think about all the fucking people all across America, that love Taylor Swift. Yeah.
The people who watch it on TV aren't people like we're not watching on TV. We're probably going to watch the reruns. We're probably going to watch the highlights. We're probably going to read up on it, but we're not going to watch it. People are going to sit in front and watch it.
I watched it on TV.
Yeah.
I'm also 35.
Yeah, bro. I feel like a lot of old white people are just sitting there watching on TV, and they're going to want to see their little people win. They want to see some people that look like them win, I guess.
And that's the majority of the people that are going to watch it. And so to please the consumer and to make the most profit off of your night, to get the best ratings from the consumers who are watching it, you give it to Billie Eilish instead of Megan Thee Stallion, the white girl. You know what I'm saying?
I think that what should determine popular music is the music that unites everybody. That's why I think that everyone could get behind Michael Jackson. Black people, white people, everyone. Like everybody. Asian people, like you could be from the Middle East, everywhere, bro. Everywhere. You love Michael Jackson. You know Michael Jackson. He touched your heart. You know what I mean? That should be what makes popular music.
I agree.
What unites? I don't think Taylor Swift unites. I don't think Billie Eilish unites. I think it's just a representation of the majority. You know what I mean? And it's like that shouldn't be what's popular. That shouldn't be what gets played on the radio 5-10 times in a row in a day. You know what I mean? And I don't know what does. I don't know. What would you say? What brings people together the most? What
musically?
Like last year. Last year, what song?
Last year, what
song, album? What artist does that the best? I think Drake does.
Brings everyone together?
I think Drake brings most people together.
Wow. Yeah. A lot of people hate Drake.
But they still slap Laugh Not Cry Later.
Some, bro. I know a lot of people, a lot of artsy people that think he's the worst.
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno brings people together.
I think Bruno brings people
together. I think Tyler brings people together. No. Tyler's new music, last 2 years. Yeah, last 2 albums, I think it brings people together. You don't think Igor does?
Nah. I love Tyler. Love Tyler. And I think that him winning a Grammy was like, that's why I was like, oh, this is art. And Freddie wins and I think that's the thing. Like sometimes, like I think Freddie was promoting the Grammys and happy about the Grammy because he knew he put out some fire shit.
Yeah.
He did the flower, you know what I mean? Tyler is an artist, but I think a lot of people are just always gonna associate him with like raspy voice, like you know, the kid who ate the cockroach, you know. Like,
actually, he doesn't transcend like a lot of social circles,
but he's trying to. And I think he's going to. And I think that's his goal. I think that was his goal with Igor because when you listen to how he talked about it, he said, I went to Europe, I went to the clubs, and I saw what made people bounce, what made people happy. That's the type of music he's going for. But I think Tyler's so artistic that, you know, he's never going to make something simple enough for everyone to just slap every day.
Yeah.
It's hard for him because he's so talented.
Yeah.
He's going to want to throw that synth on it, those chords, you know what I mean?
Drake isn't a terrible answer. Drake is not a terrible answer. I'm trying to think pop.
I think worldwide.
Is there any pop star that brings people together really well right now?
I don't know who's bumped worldwide like Drake, bro. I'm thinking Bruno's the only one, maybe.
What about Harry Styles? Do you think he brings people together? No?
Like, okay. Kind of, but not everyone. You know what I mean? Not everyone still. He's in Tyler. He's a Tyler type.
I don't know, bro. I think he's beyond that in terms of he is a Tyler type. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that aren't bumping Harry Styles.
Yeah. But our pocket, we can't base who we know off of what brings people together.
We know a section, but I'm saying I know people who would bump Bruno Mars. Those same people that wouldn't bump Harry Styles would bump Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? They bump Drake.
That's a good point. Pretty much everyone that I say bumps Harry Styles could also bump Bruno Mars. Yeah. Not Drake, but Bruno Mars. Bruno's a good answer. Anderson .Paak, Silk Sonic. Silk Sonic is going to be the group that brings us together. Brings music back to where it needs to be.
Hey, man. Anderson is really killing the game right now. I'm happy Bruno. Like, I think Bruno really, I don't want to say chose him, but I'm happy they came together in a way because I think that Bruno's going to elevate so much for him, bro. He's going to put him on just a new stage, bro. And he knows, and I think he's just happy to be there, and I think he sees it. The results are so tangible. You know what I mean? Like, you can see the come up.
I hope that Anderson sees the value that he's adding to Bruno as well, though. Because Bruno would never be able to make this music alone.
I agree.
And I think, I don't know, just the style, the swag, and also the maturity that Anderson brings is going to bring something out of Bruno's music that we've never seen.
I agree, bro. I agree. I'm excited, bro.
What if they really are bigger than we even think they could be? You know, I'm all over here every time we do a video saying it's gonna be album of the year, and I still believe that. But what if it's bigger than that?
I don't think it's gonna be like the biggest thing Bruno's done. If that's what you're.
What if it is though? That's what I'm saying. I don't think it is either.
But wait, I keep asking that. Is it number one?
I'm pretty sure it went number one because I think I saw Anderson tweet at Bruno, "Thanks for my first number one. I'm gonna get you Taco Bell." Oh, Baby Keem just tweet. Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Baby Keem just tweeted Cheat It Crew. Really cool underground artist I've been on. I'm sad that he's about to blow him up though. I'm sad he's like an R&B vibe. I'm gonna send you $1 million, bro. He does a song called $1 Million. Oh, it's a vibe.
Do that. Wait, but okay.
But what was I gonna look up?
Is open number one right now? Because if it is, then we might have to talk about this being one of the biggest things that he's done because the quality is gonna be there and the sound is gonna be different.
Okay, so actually I don't trust Wikipedia. I'm gonna go to Billboard.
Okay.
Sorry, keep talking about the sound being different.
I mean, because I think Anderson's going to bring an element, kind of an edge to Bruno's music. Not even just an edge of comedy, you know, to it. Like, just a maturity. You mentioned the maturity, and Bruno's older, obviously. But Bruno's just been in pop for so long. Yeah. You know, and I think he's a theatrical person. You know, I think he's like, you know, he's a performer at heart. You know, he's a throwback. So I think Anderson's going to give him that more like modern like touch, that more modern like, you know,
and he's just like him and Larry Jr. are the two like oldest souls in music, I swear to God. So even though he's probably younger than Bruno, he's really 55. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's still like probably like 35.
Yeah.
Like, Anderson got some, and we're saying that as some kids, but you know what I mean?
So I was tripping. He must have peaked in like the R&B charts or something because he peaked at 23 on the U.S. billboards. Yeah. And he's been on for 2 weeks. I think so. It's not going to be Bruno's biggest. What if it is though?
It would be cool.
Just imagine. Just imagine that hypothetical. What if it blows up bigger than I should have bought you flowers. All that shit.
24K Magic was everywhere.
I think that song was big. I hated that song. What? Not 24K Magic. When I Was Your Man. When I Was Your Man. Yeah.
That album was so good.
It was so good. I only hated it after my millionth time hearing it. It was just everywhere too much.
We gotta talk. Bruno's just his career's.
Bruno makes like the most tolerable pop music, the most tolerable radio hits I've ever heard.
100%. I love Bruno, bro. He's a goat, bro. Treasure.
Yeah. No, his hits are fire.
His deep cuts are fire.
Versace on the Floor. You know that song?
Oh my God. Yes, of course.
Okay.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
One of the best hits. Overplayed radio, walked everywhere, heard it. I never got tired of it. I can't lie to you. I love that song every time I hear it till this day. Till this day, bro.
I do too, bro. Man. Yeah, so we're a Bruno Mars podcast now. Always. Thanks for watching Bruno talk.
Thank y'all for tapping in with us, though. This has been another episode of StereoVision podcast, man. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Blow
us up for the one time. Get us in the algorithm. Let's
Please.
Get popping, man.
Please.
We gonna catch y'all next week. Peace.
Later.
Yes, sir.
Cool.